Hamzah Sheeraz, we're at the Carlton Tower Jumeirah, where you've been training. You only won at the weekend. I saw you on Monday, back in the gym, doing the shoulder press, doing all that. Can't stay away now.
No, listen, it's just more for my mental sanity and clarity as well, to be fair. I remember waking up the next day after the fight and I didn't know what to do.
Fresh as a daisy.
13 weeks in camp, wake up every morning, run, come back, gym, come back, gym again, and then it's like, do what you want now. And you're lost, you don't know what to do. So I think just staying mentally sane.
When you win in a round, I remember Anthony Joshua, when he used to beat people early, he'd go back to the dressing room and do pads.
Yeah, no.
Just get out of the system, didn't do that.
Forget that. That's too much. You know what I mean? That's too much. But everyone's different. Every fight is different. But yeah, no. After the fight, listen, the reactions I got from everyone, even my own reaction, it was kind of like thinking, yo, like, this is what you just done there is pretty decent.
Yeah. And then how did you celebrate? Like what did Saturday, Sunday look like?
So straight after the fight, I went back to the hotel and we had a few people come back. I bought Liam and his family some food and whatnot.
Oh, nice.
Just to show appreciation. And then all my supporters and whatnot come down and just chilled. And I didn't sleep for 48 hours.
Really?
Crazy, bro. I didn't sleep for 48 hours. Just like, and I was trying to sleep and it just like that on your phone. But no, it was alright, it was good. And then I just eventually crashed.
So now the dust has settled on the victory itself. Like, how do you reflect on it? We spoke at the Copper Box and you were surprised. Really. Yeah. How do you reflect?
Still am. Now, obviously, like you said, the dust has settled and I can reflect on everything. I remember getting closer to the fight. Taz and Ricky themselves were telling me, listen, the way you're performing, the way you are, the way everything's going, they go, we can't see this fight going long. And I kind of just brushed it off. I thought, yeah, whatever. Trying to boost my morale or something like that. But no, it's just, they know me better than I know myself. And that's exactly how it went to play.
It's been described as like a breakout win for you. You've had a lot of them, but this one was something special. Obviously, Saturday night main event, 1 round job in front of everyone. Yeah. Front cover of the Boxing News for the first time as well. Yeah. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very. Listen, that's a massive, massive honour in itself. I've not had that sense of. See, I'm not someone who gets phased. Yeah. And ever since I was a kid, I remember every Thursday, my mum used to pick me up from school. We used to go to Tesco Extra, and I always used to pick up the Boxing News. And I got a whole copy at my loads of them at my house, and I always used to read them. Always. And never did I think that I'd be on the front cover. And yeah, man, it's like a milestone achieved in my career for sure, and hopefully many more in the future.
It's like an arrival moment.
Yeah. So I didn't even know, and I saw it on social media, and I thought it was just the cover for Instagram or something like that. Nah. And then I was like, yo, we feel like this is. I was actually very, very. I don't never say this often, but I was actually pretty proud of myself.
Okay, nice. I'm glad to hear it. The cover said "can't miss." That was the headline, and you couldn't miss.
Nope.
In particular with the jab, like we said, it's not just that fight where you've been hurting people with the jab. Yeah. But obviously the first knockdown was the jab, wasn't it? The second was more like the backhand uppercut.
Uppercut, yeah.
But the jab in particular has obviously been something that you're known for now. Yeah. How much do you think the work in LA has helped with that?
Massively. I mean, my first couple fights with Ricky, I didn't really use it that much. And then for the first fight at middleweight, for the Jed Smith fight, he goes to him, if you're going to fight fighters like this, short, aggressive, and they're going to try and ruin it, he goes, you've got a good jab, fucking use it. Pardon my French. He goes, use it. And I remember that whole camp, he drilled me so hard. I used to come to the gym and I knew what I was going to do, and it was like jab. But it's paying off, and we've been continuing that as well. Obviously, we add a little bit more. But I feel like Ricky, he's starting to get his flowers as well. Do you know what I mean? Ultimately, it comes down to my teacher, and Ricky is my teacher, and just a massive credit to him.
What in particular has he been telling you? Because often when you go to a new trainer, particularly someone in America, it's like they almost look at you and they're like, you do everything wrong. Yeah. So what's he told you about the jab, and what has it been this click?
It's always been, ever since I went, it's always said, listen, you have a good style. He goes, I'm not going to change too much. He goes, I'll teach you how to fight on the inside properly. He goes, but let's not keep it basic. He goes, basics is what, if you look at Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, all these top athletes, if you ask them, Floyd Mayweather, ask them what their secret is, basics. Perfect the basics and keep perfecting them. And that's the mentality Ricky's adopted, and I've kind of started to adopt it now as well. And it's just he feels it on the pads and on the bag and whatnot, and he knows what I'm capable of. I still don't know what I'm capable of yet. I understand I'm beating these guys, beating them with the jab, but then at the same time, what you got to remember is the better my jab gets, the more my opponents are going to be aware of it.
Yeah.
Hence why every camp it has to be that much better. And if I lack or if I don't do it right, then I could get exposed in a fight.
Tell me a bit about LA generally, because you've been loads there now. Actually.
Yeah, for coming up to 4 years, I think.
Yeah, so it's regular. It's not. It's like when you were first going there, it was a bit of a novelty and a bit kind of get there and get back.
Yeah.
Now, when you're there, do you feel like a bit more part of the furniture? Like, what do they look like, the camps?
It's very structured. The camps are very structured, and as soon as I'm on that flight from here to LA, my camp mode in my mind switches on. That's it. It's right. We're gonna go there. Our routine is we land, have my last cheat meal, or whatever that may be.
What do you get?
I normally just get a nice, you know what American burgers are like, you know what I mean?
Biggest burger.
Yeah, crazy, greasy, 1.5 litre of Coke. And then we go to the hotel, apartment, unpack, and then we're ready for the Monday, and that's it. We'll have the next 8 to 10 weeks there. And it's like clockwork now, like you said, it's just, when I say I know what to expect, I know what the routine is. You never know what to expect in a gym in Los Angeles, but I'm forever grateful for it.
And it's still Airbnbs?
Still Airbnbs.
Different one every time?
No, but for the last 3 camps, we've had one now.
Oh, okay, nice.
So it's a good one as well. It's a nice, cozy little bungalow up in Hollywood Hills. Nice neighbours, safe environment. And hopefully we carry on getting good deals on it. Because if she puts the rent up, I have to put my whole purse towards it.
Who else stays there?
Myself, Taz. Sometimes I get one of my younger cousins who fights as well. He comes out there. And then my old man might come for about 2 weeks. It depends if he feels like it.
So proper camp.
It is. And me and Taz, I've been with him for 13 weeks now, and we haven't seen each other for 3 or 4 days. Now I miss him.
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. Because I guess if you were getting a different Airbnb every time, it's just a bit weird.
It is, and the good thing is we can leave our stuff at that house. She has a massive garage, so we just leave everything in there.
Oh, do you? Between camps?
In between camps.
Amazing.
For the last 3 camps. The first few camps, it was like what you said.
Yeah.
It's a bit long, you've got to get used to the area again and meet new people and whatnot. And now we've got a local shop, they know what we want when we come in. It's only ever eggs and veg, nothing else. And that's it.
Yeah, and spare time wise when you're out there, I guess there's not a lot of it.
Shall I be honest, what I do in my spare time is I either sleep or I go on a hike.
Oh yeah.
That's it. And it's that regiment. I remember when the Queensbury guys come over to film, they couldn't believe how disciplined we was and how were you really put in that work. I have been telling you guys.
Yeah.
But not until they documented it, they couldn't. They were like quite surprised.
Yeah. Middleweight, as Dev flagged on Twitter, Dev Sani, he said, since you've been at middleweight, your stoppages in the 2nd, the 5th, the 2nd, and now the 1st.
Yeah.
Which is quite a mad run you've been on.
Yeah.
How much has that been down to the move up in weight, do you think?
Massively.
I mean, everyone could look at you and be like, how are you making...
Even making 160 is hard. It's not, but the good thing about it is I'm making it safely. So when I rehydrate, it's to a very safe and professional manner as well, and I feel healthy and I feel good, and you're ready to go. Whereas when I was making 54, I'd make it and I'd rehydrate, but then in the fight I couldn't get out of any gears and there was no snapping my punches. But then I think the same thing could happen at 160 if I don't move up in time. So I think I can see myself here for the next 2 years maybe, and then move up to 168. But I need to capture a world title at 160. Yeah.
So in those 2 years, how many times would you ideally like to be out?
6 times.
Okay.
3 and 3. Yeah. Maybe if I can squeeze one more in there, 7 times.
Surely that would be getting world title fight.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
Listen, I've set myself goals and targets, and especially after the last performance, I think once I build up, the only thing that I need to really truly work on is building the casual fans' interest a little more. Because listen, after a performance like that, boxing purists they know now. Do you know what I mean? But now it comes to a point where you're being linked with Chris Eubank Jr, who's got casual fans and whatnot. So to share the ring with him would be an honour.
Yeah, that's a good point because we're sort of lacking outside of like Joshua and Fury. There's big names.
Yeah.
But like 10 years ago, there was a lot of big names that would like fill the O2 or
exactly.
These days we're not.
I think what happens now is I get the fact, and me as well. I've only kind of understood this in the last few days. Is I understand world titles is what I'm in the game for. But at the same time, I don't want to be that fighter who wins a world title and you're not really known. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be a guy who, when you're fighting for world titles, as soon as tickets go on, you're selling out O2 arenas, you're selling out Wembley arenas or whatever it may be, and you've really got that public's interest behind you, I think that's what it's ultimately. That's what it really comes down to. And then you start unifying divisions, fighting big fights, because then you can sell a fight out yourself. It doesn't need to be two. You can be you yourself. So I think if we're looking at it from a business perspective, I think the way I'm going now about things and the exposure I'm getting, I don't see why that won't be a possibility.
And you think Chris Eubank Jr. and that name is the bridge to that?
Yes. Whether he gives me opportunities is another thing. But I mean, if he names his price, I'm sure Frank can sort something out.
Yeah. What do you think about that? If you were him, would you take this fight? 24-year-old knockout.
If I was him, I'd ask for a good amount of money. That's what I do.
Because he'll back himself to win.
Of course he would. Of course he would. And he's a very, very confident guy as well. But yeah, if I was him, I'd ask for a lot of money. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and Nathan Heaney, another one that came up.
Great fight. It's both in-house, both Queensbury. He's just had his biggest win of his career. I've just had the biggest win of my career. I believe that he's going to get a stoppage win in his next fight, and I'm rooting for him to do so. And we're just, hopefully, I can fight him for his British title. No English-born Pakistani has actually ever won a British title.
Is that true?
Yeah,
at any weight?
No, at any weight. So
wow.
It'd be history itself.
Yeah.
So that'd be an honour to be able to do that. I'd win it and vacate it, probably.
I saw you on Sky with Adam Azim and talking about just the way you sort of fly the flag for the community as well. Seems important to you, and that would be like a big tick.
Yeah, huge
to do that.
Exactly that, huge tick. And I think, I mean, it's all well. Like, I understand I'm from a South Asian background as well. I'm Pakistani myself, and we want to help our own, but ultimately it's about helping everyone. I always stress this. I always stressed it. You don't really want to isolate yourself into one environment. Whereas why help one when you can help 100? Do you see what I mean? That's the mentality I've adopted, and ultimately I've always said I want to be someone who, while my career gets bigger, I'm equally giving back to whatever it may be, whether I'm giving back to boxing, whether I'm giving back to school, environment, people in need, charities, whatever. I just want to be that guy.
Speaking of Adam Azim, have you bought a goat yet?
You know, when I was there, before this, I see it on social media, I thought it was a joke. And then when I was with him, he was dead serious. I didn't know how to react.
He doesn't think it's funny. That's what I find mad. When I spoke to him about it, it was like it doesn't even occur to him that this is strange behaviour. He's got.
Normally I can talk about anything, but I don't know what to say. What do I say?
It's a cute goat, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very nice goat. But I never thought I'd be saying that.
Imagine you had a goat to look after. Like he's got a career.
He's just bouncing around his sofas and whatever. You know what I mean?
So no goats in LA.
No goats, mate. Only goat. Yeah, I'll be eating one. I mean, goat curry or curry goat or something like that.
Another name is Ammo Williams.
Great fight.
The two, obviously, you want to fight in Saudi. That's something that you've made clear, and that Queensbury matchroom could open the door for that. Ammo Williams being a matchroom middleweight. Yeah. Another good fight, and in terms of crossing over, an American. You did a job on him. Yeah. Like it'd be a massive breakout in America.
It'd be huge. He's a big name in America. Big name in America. His performance, he knocks people out. He's strong, southpaw. His accolades speak for itself. But any fight now, if you look at the branch, Nathan Heaney, Chris Eubank Jr, Ammo Williams, even Liam Smith, the opportunities they're all big fights now. So whatever avenue we choose to go, or Frank does, I will just follow his lead.
So what happens now? So that's June the 1st. You're going to have a bit of a holiday, and then there's Ramadan. You're not going to train at all in Ramadan?
If I fight June the 1st, I might have to. I might have to do maybe 2 weeks of Ramadan, and then start my camp during Ramadan, which would be a little bit difficult, but we'll make it. We have to train at the evening hours, but it will.
Have you thought about that?
Yeah. That's what I mean. If they give me the opportunity in June the 1st, then I'm not going to say no. But of course, religion first always. But I'll just have to tailor my training to certain hours and carry on fasting.
So that runs March to April,
early April it finishes.
Okay, so you've got a holiday planned?
Yeah, I'm off next week. I'm off for 2 weeks, just for some downtime, some sun and whatnot, and then back to it.
Yeah, and you're going to be in Saudi for the job.
Yeah, I should be there. I'm going to be in Dubai anyway, so I might just fly over there.
Yeah.
And just sample. If I do get the opportunity June the 1st, it'd be nice to just sample the atmosphere and see how things work out there.
I mean, they love knockouts out there, as we know. and you've spoken about as well being a Muslim and boxing out there would be massive.
Yeah.
It seems like the perfect sort of timing for you and for Saudi.
Yeah, no.
To become like a bit of a star out there.
Yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand, and I think if you start the relationship now, they could potentially complement each other into big nights out there.
So last one, you're saying last 2 years at middleweight.
Yeah.
And then you're super middleweight.
Yeah.
Like, what's the plan? Like,
listen, 168 is a division to be in, but I feel like timing is everything, and by the time I get there, the 168 division will be at 175. Yeah. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's the perfect time to be in it, and I can, like I said, I can be that Canelo Alvarez, David Benavidez-esque to it as well, and be that guy of the division.
Yeah, because Benavidez is, I mean, he's massive.
He's a monster, man.
Yeah.
I think so. I believe so. If he doesn't get the Canelo fight, there's nothing for him at 168. I think he'll move up to 175 and eventually challenge the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol.
Do you see Janibek as a number one at middleweight?
Yeah, definitely. His accolades speak for himself as well, and the way he is, I think he's the man to beat in the division. I'd fight him tomorrow, and I'd back myself 100%. But then it goes back to what I was just saying about generating the public interest, because he's one of them champions. Only people in boxing know him. You know what I mean? You won't
beat him in this mad win, and barely it wouldn't really make a splash outside the hard.
Exactly that, and a win like that, you really want everyone to know the type of caliber of fighter you've just beaten, because then you get a different fan respect for it as well. So we'll see how it all plays out.
This is new. I haven't heard you speaking like this about strategically planning this stuff.
I've only developed this after this fight recently, because I was thinking about
it.
Because I was thinking there's so many different opportunities and avenues to explore, but you start understanding boxing's a business more than it is a sport. Back in the day, it was like, I fight him, and that's it. Now it's like, okay, if I fight him, I will get the public's interest and I make this fight better. So it's chess, it's chess.
Like chess.
But it's good though, because it kind of like, it opens your mind, and you kind of think there's opportunities you would have never thought of that make total sense now. So any opportunity, yeah.
Have you had to reassess your goals? Like, you're 24 now. Have they changed over the last couple of years?
The end goal, no. Freeweight unified world champion. That's my big goal. But the part one of the story is getting a world title. I've always said it. Part one is from debut to winning a world title. Then you go into like the part two, the peak of your career, and then the end.
So three-weight unified world champion.
That's my aim.
Okay, middleweight, super middle,
and light heavy. Yeah.
Okay, in the next 10 years? You got 10 years to achieve it?
To the end of my career.
Okay, amazing. Well, I mean, we wish you the best of luck with that.
No, thank you very much.
The thing is, you've proven you got the tools to to give it a good go.
Exactly.
The thing is, a lot of people would not even think that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean by that? They'd go, I want to win a British title, or maybe I win a world title.
Yeah.
You're like, nah, this is.
That's it. Has that
been from the start? You've been.
The start was to always win a world title. I was never British, or was never.
You were always world title.
Yeah, it was straight world title, always. It just always appealed to me. But then the more I got involved in the sport, I understand nutrition, science, my body the way it is, and the potential I have in the sport as well. So I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm just saying that's my dreams, that's my aspirations. I understand one fight at a time, slowly but surely. But I'm sure I'll get there in the end, inshallah.
Hamzah Sheeraz, thanks for talking to Boxing News.
Thank you very much.